Mabuhay, fellow educators. We always hear about the learning crisis, but as a teacher on the ground, I see the truth every day. Today, I am breaking the silence on why our system is failing. Let's talk about classroom observations. In our current system, we have turned teaching into a theater. We spend weeks preparing show-stopping lessons, just for a 45-minute visit. But after the outstanding rating is given, do the students actually learn? Think of a restaurant. The owner doesn't care how fancy the chef's hat is. They care if the food is good and if the customer is fed. In DepEd, our customers are starving for learning, while we are busy perfecting recipes on paper for the observers. It is time to abolish the theater. It is time to stop measuring how we look and start measuring what the learners actually know. Our rating should be in the child's notebook, not a principal's checklist. So how do we measure performance? We need a value-added model. We should measure what a student knows at the start of the year versus the end. If a teacher takes a non-reader and turns them into a reader, that is an outstanding performance, even without a colorful PowerPoint. No folder of certificates can replace the evidence of growth. We are paid professionals. It is only equitable that we are held accountable for the actual results we produce. But what about teachers who struggle? Currently, the system just gives them a low rating and more paperwork. That has to stop. We need to move from policing to mentoring. If the students aren't learning, the master teacher shouldn't just be an inspector. They should be a coach. Imagine a system where master teachers enter the room to co-teach and demonstrate real-world solutions. We provide a hand to those who struggle, and we give autonomy to those who deliver. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, mass promotion. For years, teachers have been under silent pressure to pass everyone. We're told it's for the school's stats, but in reality, it is a betrayal of the child. When we pass a student who hasn't mastered the basics, we are lying to them and their parents. This culture of mercy has led to a generation of learners who are physically in grade 10, but mentally in grade 3. This must end now. Education is a partnership. To fix this crisis, we must put responsibility back on the students. If a learner refuses to show up or refuses to exert effort, they must be marked failed. A failing mark is not a punishment, it is a diagnostic truth. More importantly, a student's failure should not be a burden on the teacher's rating. If I did my part as a mentor and the student walked out, that is not my failure. That is the reality of the social contract. Why is our system so inconsistent? Because DepEd is often treated like a political trophy. Every 6 years, a new president brings a new secretary with a new agenda. This political nuisance kills the most important element of success, consistency. Every time a new king arrives, the reset button is pushed, and we, the teachers and students, suffer from the whiplash of changing policies that never have time to bear fruit. My wildest proposal is this: depoliticize education. We need an independent board of education, a body of veteran teachers and career experts with fixed 10-year terms. Like the central bank, this board should be insulated from the 6-year political cycle. We need executive chefs who understand the heat of the kitchen to lead the policy, not politicians who are foreign to the classroom. We need stability to survive this crisis. We are at a turning point in 2026. We can continue the theater and watch our students fall further behind, or we can choose the truth. Accountability is not an attack, it is a standard of excellence. But that accountability must go both ways, from the teacher to the student, and from the government to the educator. When doubt arises, we must always choose the learner's mastery over administrative convenience. I am a teacher. I am not an actor, I am not a clerk, and I am not a politician. I am a molder of the future. Let us demand a system that respects our profession by focusing on what truly matters: actual learning, growth. Share this if you believe it's time for a learner-first DepEd. Let's make our voices heard. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa katotohanan. Mabuhay ang gurong Pilipino.